Okay, gonna do a Ravenwood Beast guide here. We'll see how quick I can do this. There is a lot of stuff to this mod. You can type RB or probably at Beasts. You're gonna see some of the monsters that we have in this mod. Right now we got 10 Orcs, an Orc Boss, 5 Samurai, a bunch of different Elves with elemental things for different zones. Got 2 types of Dwarves that hate each other. The Samurai also will fight each other. The Orcs and Elves work together. The Orcs also have Scouts, and the Scouts are kind of like a slightly weaker version of the main Orcs that'll appear at night in some of the prior biomes. Also got a bunch of big cats, Jaguar, Panther, lions, mountain lions, white lions, even like a Scar, and a couple bosses. We have the Arachne for the swamp, got the Orc Boss, which is in the plains and ashlands, which is more of a Mistlands tier. Got a Werewolf. Those are the monsters. You got trophies for everything. So you got hides for the beasts, with meats, which also have 2 different versions of cooked versions. But yeah, so got tons of trophies. Every single monster has trophies. This is the Arachne boss. Samurai there. And Orcs. That's the Orc boss. We got like some of the hides here with some of the foods and meats. And you can actually also build the rugs. And each one of these gives +1 comfort. I could have just made it to where it was 1 total, but game needs more comfort for rested bonus. So every single one of these that you build will give you an extra comfort. Alright, and let's start over here real quick. Okay, so here, okay, those are just some plain werewolves. Oh, and this set is just a bunch of random build pieces from some of my build mods. So just ignore the build pieces. Here we have panthers, and also the big cats. You know, you can breed them, and they eat different things. The panthers will eat entrails. The jaguars will eat deer meat. The white lions will eat wolf meat, and the lions will eat lox meat to breed them. The panthers. Here we got some jaguars. Baby jaguars. Over here we got the white lions. Look at them climbing these little steps here. Here, I think all the lions are attracted to the orcs on the other side. So if there's any baby, yeah, here's some baby lions over here. Here we have Scar. So there's a rare chance for a Scar to be born whenever you breed the lions. In the wild, Scar will attack the other lions. But when you breed them, he'll be tamed. So he will not. And this is like a, if you ever see this is like a baby Scar. Which is kind of cool. If I go over here and we can spawn a Scar and spawn a normal lion. They have slightly different stats as well. It's very similar, but you can recreate the Lion King here. Oh, different result. Okay. Keep going, we'll find some more monsters. What have we got in here? Oh, we got some elves. And by default, these are not tameable, but you can make them tameable. We got, there's going to be elves for pretty much forest to mistlands. Lightning elves are mistlands that do lightning damage. Normal elves don't do any damage. Obviously, frost damage in the mountains, and fire damage in the plains, and then poison damage in the swamp. There's a fire elf. Let's see this a little bit better here. And there'll be a poison elf somewhere. There's a poison elf in swamp. This is a swamp boss right here. We'll go back to this later. We got some orcs, which this is going to be part of the new update. Just see if we got them all right here almost. We got 5 clans. We got War Song for that's a scout. So the scout is actually going to be in the meadows at night. The scouts are only going to spawn at night. For War Song, Bleeding Hollow, and Frost Wolf. The Blackrock scouts, there's a Blackrock Scout and the Shattered Hand Scout will spawn in the plains. But by default, Frost Wolf is mountain, Bleeding Hollow is swamp, War Song is Black Forest, Blackrock is Ashlands, and Shattered Hand is Mistlands. And the boss is going to be in the plains and Ashlands. The scouts serve a different purpose. It allows me to kind of spread them out through multiple biomes. And for example, the Blackrock Scout will be in the plains, but it's going to be like very difficult to kill this. You're going to want to run away from this if you see this in the plains. And the Warsong Scout will be able to spawn in the meadows at night, while the Warsong Orc will be in the Black Forest at all times. So you'll be able to see this whenever we go to the main mod page here. You're going to be able to see some of the stuff here. This is like the new little Hexium thing, but that mod makers are working on. But if you go to the mod page, you're going to see the biomes they spawn in, the factions, speed, health, damage, and this is just sort of relative because it works a little bit different than Valheim space. Drops here, all these different stats, stuff like that. Then we've got our 2 bosses here, and I gave the bosses some unique armor drops. This is going to be buffed a little bit. But again, this is a Plains Ashlands boss, but it feels more like a Mistlands tier boss. It's designed to be that way. It'll drop some Mistlands items. And the same thing with the Swamp boss, is you'll have a chance to get some Swamp Mountain type gear if you do kill it. Yeah, so there's basically 5 orc clans that have 2 types. The normal and the scout, and then you have the boss. We should have some dwarves over here. Yeah, so we have the Silverstone and the Steelstone dwarves. The dwarves have 3 tiers. You have this is the 2nd tier, the warrior. That's the 3rd tier, the elite, and then you have normal dwarf there. They scale up in power based upon that. Then we're going to have some Steelstones over here. So they're both in the mountains and they will fight each other. Steelstone does lightning damage and the Silverstone does frost damage. And then also we have some samurai, which I accidentally tamed. 5 clans, and again they will fight each other. The stats are slightly different. If we go back to the stats here, you're going to see that, for example, some of them have higher health, but the ones that have higher health will have slightly lower damage, so it's just kind of a nice little balance there. These will all spawn in the Mistlands. I feel like that was the perfect biome. They're going to be very strong if you do tame them. You can create your own armies if you want. You got the Oda, Shimazu, Takada, Sokobi, and Hojo. Yeah. And all this stuff is just random build pieces from some of my building mods. I just kind of was messing around. But let's spawn. Alright, we will spawn the highest attack for Takeda. So we're going to go and spawn in times 20. And now we will spawn in the Hojo, which have the highest health, lowest attack. Let's see what happens. Looks like the Takeda won that one. Alright, I'm just going to spawn in a few more here just to try to kill all these off real quick. We'll just spawn in 10. These are going to be Ashlands here. I'm just going to spawn on 3 of those orcs. Oh, 1-on-1. Oof, got him. Alright, cool. I think that's all the monsters. We show the orcs, the samurai, the elves, dwarves, big cats. Yep, that's all the monsters. And yeah, so for the configurations, there's a whole lot of configurations that we have here. Every single creature, you can edit their health, their run speed, walk speed. And as you see here, we got things, try to balance it pretty good. The big cats have the most speed, followed by the elves. The dwarves are super slow. The orcs are going to be slow. The samurai are kind of normal. And the same thing with the health. The orcs are going to have more health, with the elves having less health. And then the damage is try to balance that as best as you can. Spot chance is low. I feel like it just is, you don't want everything cluttered, so this works out better with it being low. And again, pay attention to the factions here. You see the elves are all forest faction, the dwarves are all mountains, and the orcs are all demon faction, so they will not attack other demons or undead. But if you notice, the samurai, I gave them each a different faction, so they'll attack each other. So that's just one thing to consider. You could change this however you want. Go back to configurations, but again, all these have health. Arachne is kind of like a boss, so the health is in between the meadows and swamp boss health, something like that. I might increase this health just a little bit. If your trophies, got all the foods, you can edit all that. We have our attacks, you can edit this however you want. All the attacks are here. And then we have, see there's a rugs, which you're going to have your comfort and stuff there. And then we have our monsters here, so we can edit that however we want. For example, here's the one boss. You can have it, you don't want to have it tame, but you can if you want. Set it to whatever biomes you want. All this sort of stuff is here. We have our drops. So this is all very easy to edit. And then also, I do have, I haven't added it to the orcs yet, I'm about to, but I do have a system with my drop that mod if you install that. few different things. One, I give these monsters a chance to drop actual armor items. For example, you can see here how the Forest Elf has a chance to drop 4 Sentinel set items from the Distance Origins mod. And so that's a modded item. And so then here you can see that it's going to have a chance to drop these items that sort of are related to that character. So I think that's kind of a neat thing. But you'd have to have this mod plus the mod that's included here, be it Distant Origin, South Sill, Armory. You can see here how these can drop some of those Armory items. I even implemented Odin Steelworks and some other stuff here, you can see. But another thing is like these, with my drop that mod, is some cool things like reinforcements. So I'm going to add this to the Orcs, like I've already added it to some other things. For example, here, lions have a chance to summon lionesses, werewolves have a chance to summon finrings. Finrings have a chance to summon wolves, and wolves can summon more wolves. So if you notice here, it can escalate pretty quickly. So for example, if I, let me teleport out of here. This is just an extra option if you enjoy a little bit of an extra challenge. Most of this I have made the difficulty based on you playing on hard combat, the hardest one, and using modded items. So you're going to be more powerful, so the monsters are going to be more powerful. But for example, if we go to Werewolf here, and it's a random chance, so I'm just going to go ahead and spawn like 10 of these, and we'll see what happens. We'll spawn 10. Now whenever I kill these, let's see if any Finrings spawn up. Yep, alright, look, we got a Finring. Now if I kill that, that could spawn wolves. No, it's probably not going to. But let's just do 100 here. Let's see how crazy this gets. There's 100? Alright, I killed them. Let's see how many Finrings we get. Look at all those Finrings. Now if we kill those Finrings, now we got some wolves. Now the chance of one of those wolves spawning another wolf is rare, but it can happen too. But you see how that can escalate. So whenever you kill a monster, it can actually drop other monsters, which I think is kind of cool. So again, we have like, these are kind of like pack animals. Undeads. Undeads can resurrect themselves as well. And then we have this more of the dragon stuff, and then bosses have a chance to spawn back up as well after you kill them, which I just think is kind of a cool little addition here. Which again, if you want this, you'd have to install this mod. That's an option, but it's not required by any means. Now, let's fight the Orc Boss. Now, I'm going to actually use Mistlands equipment, but this boss will be in the Plains and Ashlands. So if you see it in the Plains, this is designed to be a group boss. So this boss, I don't want to spawn it yet. But yeah, so this is like a World of Warcraft 5-man dungeon type boss, where you're going to want like 3 to 5 people at least to try to kill this boss if you're playing Steer. If you're in Mistlands, like a fully decked out modded, this is a modded Mistlands set right here from Distance Origins. Fully upgraded Mistlands modded equipment. It's still going to be a challenge for a Plains boss. Now the Orc Boss, and here's the Orc Boss right here, is weak to frost. So a frost weapon like the Mistwalker is huge. It's going to be immune to fire and poison, resistant to lightning, and blunt. So the Frostner is actually not going to be a good weapon for this boss. The Frostner uses blunt damage. You could try a Staff of Frost, but really the best weapon is probably going to be the Mistwalker to kill this boss. And until you have a Mistwalker, this is probably going to be a very difficult boss. At least a solo. Like, to solo this boss, you're probably going to want a Mistwalker or some other Frost sort of weapon here. But just to give you an example, and I'm going to go ahead and use full-on Serpents here. So I'm going to go full-on Serpents. We've got 250 health, and I'm going to stay in debug mode, just so I don't want to die. I'm going to even pop a Fire Resistance Potion. And, yeah, like I said, I've got 125 armor. This is nuts. So we'll go ahead and spawn this. Alright, here we go. I'm going to be doing a lot more damage now. Oh, he can't see me. That's my bad. That's why he's not attacking us. Let's get rid of Ghost. What is going on? Here we go. He can shield himself. He can summon 3 other Orc types. He can get those Orc types up to 4 each for 12 total Orcs. There's one of them right now. Normally goes in order from easiest to hardest. There's like 3 or 4 different fire sort of attacks. The meteor you have to watch out for. He has the 3 Orc summonings. He has like 6 physical attacks as well. Plus he can shield himself and the Orcs. And right now, he's not even doing any of the more difficult attacks. Right now he's mostly just been... Oh, there's the meteor. Look at... Oh yeah, this is... It's like the Jaguar meteor attack there. You can edit that in the configs, but it does a lot of damage. A lot of damage. He shielded himself. I broke the shield. But there's Orcs up, it'll actually shield the Orcs as well that are nearby. And again, I am in full Mistlands modded, upgraded, with a perfect setup to try to kill this boss solo. Surprisingly, even that I would be totally dead, probably. Because I don't have any stamina restrictions at all. Here he is summoning more Orcs. But this challenge is to keep in mind that, you know, people will probably be using things like Epic MMO, Epic Loot, all these different buffs. My Almanac class buffs, see I'm already dead here, that'll buff your character up, so you're going to be more powerful, so the bosses need to be more powerful. And this is kind of like a neat little group thing. You know, if I just kind of AFK here, he's going to keep summoning these Orcs until there's 4 of each Orc clan for 12 total Orcs. Eventually he will. The attack order is a little bit random, but eventually he's going to summon more and more Orcs, and it'll get out of control really quickly. So this is definitely a boss for having a group. It's beneficial having someone killing Orcs, having someone attacking the boss, breaking the shields, that sort of thing. Again, the Warsong Orc is a forest tier Orc, Frostwolf is mountain, and Bleeding Hollow is swamp tier. And normally he'll go in order and summon 1 of each, 1 each, 1 each. So just be aware the Frost Orc is going to hit harder. And this is with me having a full-on fire potion as well, so... Just going to AFK here just another minute until he summons another Orc. Yep, there's another one already. Like I said, he'll get up to 12 total Orcs, so you do not want these things just to be scattered about. Alright, and the other boss is this one, which I'm going to buff it just a little bit from what we see in the video here before I upload the mod, whenever you watch this video. This is a swamp tier boss, so just for the sake of this, I'll throw this on really fast. I'm going to keep this food on. Well, we'll go ahead and empty the food out. Whatever, this is way more food than you normally would have in swamp, but it's okay. This boss is going to be, it's going to summon these things like the Elder. It will slow you, the boss will poison you. I'm going to increase the health. Right now the health isn't high enough. This obviously is not going to be anywhere near as hard as the Orc Boss. And you should be able to solo this boss. But it's still going to be a challenge. Like you can see how my health and everything is still... We'll go ahead and take this little potion here, so now I've got the frost resist potion. Alright, so I'm gonna... tentacles here. You can even edit the configurations to have the tentacles where they can move. You just change the, I think it's the walk speed. They're probably on 0, but they can even move if you want them to move. You see how much damage I'm taking just standing here. So those are the two kind of boss-like creatures. Probably will be more in the future. And also, let's see where I put the portal. There will be a future update, at least one more update for some safari animals, and then maybe a few other items as well. Let's see if we left anything out here. Might do a few quick battles to the death or something here in a second. Yeah, and again, these are just some random pieces from some of my building mods here. Got bored. Alright, let's find a nice little arena here. Okay. I was going to have some monsters attack each other while I make sure I did not forget anything. We'll add... So these are misdiced here. Got 2 types of elves. We'll do 20. Alright. 20 samurai against 20 elves. I'm gonna pick the samurai. Yep, samurai won that one. Yeah, we can just do crazy stuff where we just spot in whatever we want. And again, you can tame all these if you want. By default, only the big cats are tameable. orcs. Yeah, you definitely can do some crazy stuff with this mod. And after this fight ends, we'll see who's the last one standing, and then that'll be the end of this video. Yeah, why not just add a few good one Drew Stewart in here. This, and then we're gonna go ahead and unleash this bad boy here. And to fight this boss, that boss is gonna be, look at that boss shielding all this stuff. And we'll go ahead and throw in some last elves here. Them all attacking the boss. I'm not going to summon anything else. We'll see who wins. It's pretty good. Not much help. Let's see if we can put these guys in here. Oh, they've almost got him. They got him. Yeah, those lightning elves are Mistlands tier, and looks like they killed everything. Yep, we just got elves left and samurai. So they'll probably kill those samurai. Alright, the elves won. And that'll be it for this video. And again, some of the stuff you saw in the mod is part of some of my building mods. Like you saw some stuff from these sort of mods here, mainly. So if you want to see any of those building pieces, this is where you go to get those building pieces right here. You can just click on these; it'll take you to those mods, which will have those building items. And that is it for now. See you guys.